Scout versus Scout time. Daniel Jeremiah, Bucky Brooks. And Bucky, a word we hear so often, and we cover it in the media, you hear it from media, you also hear it from players when they're talking about each other, elite. Maybe a little bit of an overused word. I think it means different things to different people. What does it mean to you?
For me, when I think of elite or where I tag elite on a player, it means he's a dominant playmaker, a guy that's going to make an impact with his presence on the field. His ability to change games really makes you want to regard him as a blue chip player, a guy that can really impact your franchise in a dominant fashion.
Yeah, for those who haven't been inside a draft room or a scout room, a lot of times we'll color code the players, and literally their cards are blue. We're signifying these are the elite, up top shelf players, top 4 or 5 at their position in the NFL.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys that are special, not average guys. You only have like 5 or 6 on your team. These are franchise caliber players, guys that are the pillars of your franchise.
All right, we've got some membership cards to this elite club, and I'm going to let you hand out a couple here. You hand one, I'll hand one. Who's going to join this elite club? Who's doing it this year?
I'm going to go to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm going to say Josh Norman is now in the club. Josh Norman has been outstanding this year. There you see 4 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, 8 passes defense. And what I really like about Josh Norman's games, he's playing with better discipline, better technique, has his eyes in great position to make plays on the ball, and he's really understanding the defense. When I talked to the associate head coach, Steve Wilkes, he said this guy's bought in, is doing everything that you want from a big-time corner on the perimeter. I think he's a guy that we have to call an elite cornerback at this time.
One guy he matched up with earlier this year is DeAndre Hopkins, who for me has made that leap into that elite level wide receiver. Look at the numbers already, 726 yards, Buck. He's on pace to catch well over 100 passes for the Houston Texans. My definition of a number 1 wide receiver, third down, red zone, you know where the ball's going. You can't do anything about it. That's what DeAndre Hopkins has been able to do this year for the Houston Texans. He's in that elite club for me.
Oh, absolutely. He's an elite player, a guy that is dominating. And you say that in critical situations, everyone knows the ball is going to number 10. He continues to deliver. I believe he is one.
All right, let's give another round. One more round. Give me another one.
Tyler Eifert from the Cincinnati Bengals. This is a young tight end. Look, taken in the first round a couple years ago. He's given him that spark on that offense. So much attention on A.J. Green, Marvin Jones, Mohamed Sanu. But Tyler Eifert is the guy that's getting it done, particularly down in the red zone. Andy Dalton's emergence as maybe an MVP candidate has been partially due to the emergence of Tyler Eifert on the outside, in the middle, in the perimeter, doing things down in the red zone. I believe this is the next great tight end in the National Football League.
All right, look, you're not getting any argument from me on Tyler Eifert. Best Fletch movie, or sorry, I was going to say best Chevy Chase movie. I gave it away.
You did give it away.
It's Fletch. And Fletcher Cox is joining my elite club here. A guy that I was there in Philadelphia. We drafted him. We're excited about what he could bring, not only because of the size and the strength to hold up in the run game, but what he could give you as a pass rusher. We've seen him continue to develop in that area, and to me, he has joined that elite status as a defensive lineman.
No, I just love the way he plays hard. His motor nonstop, goes from sideline to sideline, can do anything, run, stopper, pass, rusher. He gives you all the things that you look for at that position.
It's all ball bearings these days, Buck. I'm a big Fletch fan, I know. Let's go now. We said the positive. We got to spin it over to the negative now. We've seen Peyton Manning as an obvious one. We'll take that one off the table as a player who was in that elite club, who's kind of fallen off due to either health or performance. But how about somebody else, somebody that's maybe no longer elite?
Fletcher Cox is going to be mad at me, but I'm going to cite his teammate, DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray is no longer an elite running back in my mind. And I know it's crazy to say this. This guy led the league in rushing a season ago. But when you see him in Philadelphia, I don't see the burst. I don't see the creativity or elusiveness. And I'm beginning to wonder if he was a byproduct of a nice offensive line and a system that was tailored to his strengths in Dallas. I'm just not seeing a guy that changes the game when he steps on the field for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, I went back and watched him last week, but I thought he looked stiff. It looked like he lost a step. And to me, he's getting the yards that are there on the field. He's not going to get you anything else. He's a one-track runner. When he has to get off that track, you don't see anything special. But look, some of that could be the age and wear and tear. And that's when I go to my player. I know he's out. He's out for the year, and Terrell Suggs. But to me, phenomenal career for Suggs. I think it's probably over at this point in time. His body just won't hold up anymore. And we've seen just how dominant he was, how great he was, because look what happened after he got hurt. This Baltimore defense has been horrendous. But just sad to see. You want to see a player like Suggs be able to finish up healthy and go out on his own terms. Man, his body's just broken down. And I think that pulls him out of that elite status.
Yeah, unfortunately, Father Time catches up with all of us. And he just doesn't have the ability to go and make those plays anymore. Coming off a second Achilles, it's going to be tough for him to get back to the level that he's played at.
Yeah, look, the Ravens, they're a couple Josh Scobie. If he makes one of those field goals, they're over this